Hey, what's up? Quattro here for the Ultimate Blooper, and today I'd like to share my views with you as a photographer and as a consumer about the best way to clean your photographic lenses. And I've got my hands close to the camera, so you know it's gonna be good. Anyway, the thing I've got today for you is a LensPen. You may have seen it before and you may have seen other reviews on YouTube, but I just wanted to make a really in-depth one because the ones I've seen just don't really answer all of the questions. So, what is a LensPen? It's basically a kind of a pen-shaped device for cleaning your lenses. It's got a retractable soft goat hair brush, which is not going to damage your lens. It's really soft and it's basically meant for removing little abrasive particles off your lens. And the other end, which is the actual cleaning lens end, is hidden by the cap. It's got a carbon compound on a rubber tip. And this is the magic, is where the magic happens. So that is that. For me, when I bought it, it came in this gray box. Not sure if that's the original one. It's got Chinese writings on it, so it may have come from China, I suppose, or is meant for the Chinese market. I've seen some yellow and white boxes. Not sure if that's the original one. I bought it off eBay. You never know. But it worked great, and you know, I've got no complaints, so I don't really care if it's not the original one. So, a question that I found on other reviews is why not just use a microfiber cloth? And you know, I've got one. I used to clean my lenses with it, but it just doesn't cut it. It doesn't do as good a job as the LensPen does. You gotta just fiddle with it a lot. And what I don't like about it is when you clean with a cloth, you're actually touching the cloth, where with a LensPen you're never touching the tip, so all the oils and moisture and everything just kind of gets absorbed by the cloth, which is not what you want in something that you use to clean lenses with, if that makes sense. And also with time it just collects dust and bits of dirt, and if you put it in your pocket, it's gonna collect all the bits from the pocket, and it's just not a good way to clean your lenses. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna show you how it works. For that, I've got a stand-in lens, which is one of my favorite lenses actually. It's an old 1970s Zenith lens, which is called a Helios 44 M4. I've got a fingerprint on it already for you, and the way I did that is I got some onion rings, ate them all, got greasy, got the fingerprint in. So if you want to look at it, I'm just gonna zoom in real close for you. Let's see, that's the beauty. There we go. So that is a really shiny, greasy fingerprint for you, which I have put on earlier for the demonstration. As you can see, it's really nasty. Something that would definitely show up in your photos, it would blur them, so it's not exactly something you want. So let's get going. First of all, step number one, which I don't really need to take now because it's just a fingerprint. But if you're out on the field and out, especially outside, there might be sand or dust floating around. You want to firstly clean your lens off, any abrasive particles that might scratch your lens when you're cleaning it. Another reason why I don't like the cloths is because you skip this step, and I've seen some people, having their lenses scratched because they used these cloths a lot on them. So anyway, I'm just gonna show you how it's done. Really simple as that. Turn your lens upside down, let it fall off, and just kind of fiddle with the brush a little bit. That's it. Just kind of smudged my fingerprint quite a lot there. It's just smudged. It's still really oily from what I can see. I don't know if you can see it through the camera. Then you take the other end of the LensPen, twist the cap a couple of times, because inside the cap you have a little sponge filled with carbon, And when you twist the cap, that sponge rubs against the cleaning tip of the lens pen and essentially revitalizes the cleaning material. So then I'm just gonna place the cleaning tip on the lens and gently rub it in. And I don't know if that makes it, if that's visible, but it's already cleaned the middle of it. Well, I'm just gonna do the rest. And what you do is you just rotate, in a circular motion, just kind of clean the lens like so. Get the edges, make sure we get the edges. If you feel at any time that it doesn't perform as well as when you began cleaning, you can always put the cap back on, twist it a couple of times, kind of squeaky, pull it back off, and I see that the material has replenished because it was a little kind of shiny on the edges. Now it's at full power again, and I can clean the lens again. And the LensPen leaves no residue, it has no expiration date because it's just carbon, there's nothing to dry out. It's really good, and I can already see that that's done it for me. Let's just give a quick wipe. There we go. That's it. It's really clean. I can zoom in on it so you can see a little better. Nothing else on the lens. Beautiful. So, now that you've seen how it works, I suggest you actually get one. They're not expensive. I've scouted eBay just a couple of hours ago, and they're really dirt cheap. They cost like £2-3 if you're in Britain. Cost probably $4 to $7 if you're in the United States. Really dirt cheap, much better than anything else. Trust me on that one. Now the things about the LensPen that I don't like, actually, if I may mention them, are one, the brush tip is not secure. It's not sealed in any way. There's no cap, no nothing. So if anything goes wrong, or you put it in your pocket, it might collect dust or lint or whatever. I'm not sure. I usually keep it safely stored, but it is a possibility. I wish this was covered by another cap. Anyway, not a big problem, still works fine. It's just a brush. And the other thing I didn't like about it, but it's a minor thing, again, a really minor thing, I'm not bothered about it, is when I was heavily using the LensPen, the little fluffy padding fell off the rubber tip, and it rendered the device useless. But what I did was just applied some glue and put it back on, glued it together, and it just works as new ever since. So that's probably a manufacturing fault or bad glue, I suppose, but it's not a big problem. Again, everything's solvable. So that is that. I hope you liked this little review. If you did, share it, like it, put a comment underneath. If you would like to see any further videos regarding any lenses, got quite a few, especially the old ones, or anything at all regarding photography or graphics, 3D, whatever, just leave me a comment below or send me a message. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.